Hi, welcome everybody from TechnoLost to this dedicated video focus on the gaming capabilities of the Samsung Nexus 10. Well, this focus will be all about gaming, of course, and in particular gaming while using a gamepad. Here we have a USB-Aus cable adapter, and we have here, this is the USB plug of this Xbox 360 gamepad. Well, let me connect the USB-Aus cable. Here we go. And then the Xbox 360 gamepad. Well, the gamepad is recognized by the tablet, and using the D-pad here, we can move, as you can see here, the icons are highlighted. We can move between even the home screens like this. Good, but we are interested in nothing but games. So let's start with that trigger, which is the first one of this game set, and maybe is one of the best in my opinion. It's one of the best both for the graphics. Let me show you. I've set it to the maximum level, as well as for the overall game quality. I mean, graphics, gamepad recognition, and usability is really great. So let's see the game. I hope you can see how fluid and smooth is just the moving inside the game, although the graphic is at the maximum level. So let's start. I will try to show you for every game the gamepad, the stick and the button, what they do inside the game. So with the right analog stick you can move the head, and with the left analog stick you can move the characters, and you can shoot with the right grill. With the right trigger, sorry, and with the left one you just aim. Okay, and you create reload with the button just above the right trigger. So now that I've shown you the gamepad settings, let me show you the game. So as you can see, the graphic is smooth, and it's really there are so many details in the graphic, and it's so nice. It seems like playing at an Xbox game, for instance, or a PS3, or what else. I mean, moreover, using the gamepad is such a pleasure. I would like to remind you that the Nexus 10 can use both the gamepad and the HDMI connector at the same time, because they have two separate plugs. So you don't have any kind of problem in playing such kind of games using a gamepad while connecting your Nexus 10 to your big TV via an HDMI cable. And I guess that using some kind of connection set with this tablet and these kind of games and a gamepad would really be like playing on a new generation console. So let's go ahead, because I really love playing that trigger and I don't want to bore you all night long playing that trigger. So let's see the next game. Here we have Shine Runner. In Shine Runner, from Vector Unit we can of course set the graphic. Let me show you here. We have both the graphic detail settings set at the maximum level, of course, and we have the control settings, and you can see that the gamepad is easily recognized. You can even set up the different gamepad settings if you want. Now let's start the game. Here we go. Here we have very nice graphics. It's quite fast, fluid. You can use the left analog stick to steer left and right. You don't even have to accelerate, because I set up auto acceleration. So let's just enjoy the game. You can see it's really fast and it's fluid. We have very nice graphic details and effect like the one from the water. So it's a pleasure to play this game using a gamepad. Really nice indeed. The Nexus 10 is such a great gaming device. It's incredible both for graphics and both for power. I mean, so it's almost every kind of game, it's fluid, you don't have problem, and it's a pleasure to use it as a game console. So let's go forward with another game. And let's see Buggy Blitz. This one is from Vector Unit 2, so we have almost the same settings for the graphic details and for the gamepad. Just let me show you the graphic details set up to the maximum level, as I used to play on almost any game on the Nexus 10. So let's start. Once more, you can use the left analog stick to steer the car, as you can see. Then we have auto acceleration, so you just have to go ahead and steer. You will notice that Buggy Blitz is quite fluid, it's smooth, but sometimes we have here and there, you know, a small stuttering. This is quite normal. Almost any device I use with this game had the same problem. So I guess it's just a game problem and not a device problem. I'm sorry, I'm not a good player. Sometimes, like now, as you can see, we have some drop in frame rates, but it's nothing, you know, to worry about. Because overall the game is really enjoyable, and the graphics and both for the graphics and both for the fluidity. Okay. I guess it's better to stop here for Buggy Blitz. Then we have Reckless Racing 2. Well, this is not maybe one of the best games for what concerns graphics and even for what concerns gamepad recognition. We have to use left analog stick to steer and the down on the D-pad to brake, because I've set up the auto acceleration. We cannot set up anything for what concerns graphic details here. So let me show you. Tap to begin. Let me show you that we can steer with the left stick. Here we go. Yes, we can steer with the left stick. So I mean, it's not that easy or better, it's not that comfortable, because it's not difficult anyway, but it's not that comfortable to, you know, brake using the y-axis, sorry, on the D-pad. Nevertheless, it's quite enjoyable, you know. It's not comfortable, but it's not a drama. I think that it's really nice to be able to use gamepad with such kind of game, and it's a pity that both PES and FIFA 13 or maybe 12, because maybe on Android the last version is the 12, don't recognize at all the gamepad. Would have been really nice to use a gamepad for a football game like PES or FIFA. Well, let's go ahead using Asphalt. Asphalt, maybe, you know, if you can try playing Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Nexus 10, you will notice for sure that Asphalt 7 doesn't have the same kind of graphic details on the texture. So it hasn't a bad graphic, don't misunderstand me, but maybe it's not the best detailed graphic that we can find on car game like you know, Need for Speed Most Wanted. So let's skip the tutorial and let's go ahead playing the game. Here we go. We can use the left stick to steer as usual, and we can use the button here above the left trigger to start the nitro, and the one here on the above the right trigger to brake. With the Y button here we can change the view distance. So let's go ahead and let's start the race. We have I set up auto acceleration 2 here, so you just have to brake. As you can see, the game is very fast, it's fluid, it's nice to play with it. Although, as I told you, if you could play Need for Speed Most Wanted, you will notice for sure that Need for Speed Most Wanted had far better graphics than this Asphalt 7, at least here on the Nexus 10. Maybe because of the very high resolution of the display, it's even easier to spot the low graphic details on the textures. Okay. Anyway, as you can see, the game is quite enjoyable, and I don't want to stop playing. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see the other game. We have here Shadowgun. Shadowgun made by Mad Fingers, the same, you know, development team of Dead Trigger. It's a very nice game. We have, the setup with the high details for what concerns the graphics, of course. Where is it? Can I find it? No, maybe we cannot set up the graphic here because it's automatically set, but I can tell you, and you will see in a few seconds for sure, that it has a very good graphic details, of course. The games do remind me of Gears of War, for those of you that have fortune the way that lucky to play it on the Xbox 360, both for the, you know, both for the graphics and the charters, and it's as well as for the way of shooting, you know, third-person shooter. Okay, you see the graphics is really detailed. There are many effects like lens flare, although we cannot see them now. Sorry, we can move, of course, the head using the right analog stick. We can move the characters using the left analog stick. We can shoot using the right trigger, and we can reload the weapon using the button above the right trigger. So we can even here collect some ammo, and let's go ahead. When you have to perform an action, you can press the A button here. As you can see, the graphics is really nice.
John, where are you now? On an elevator. Any news? The poking frequencies are level 6 military grade.
The female voice reminds me of Cortana from Halo.
I will commence decoding sequence.
Although if I'm not wrong, there was a female voice on Gears of War 2. Oh, here they come. Although I'm using a gamepad, I'm really bad at playing this kind of game. Sorry guys. So for Shadowgun, that's all. Let's go ahead. I'm really sorry that I cannot show you Shadowgun Dead Zone, which is the multiplayer version of Shadowgun. You can both play deathmatch or another kind of game, which is domination. But tonight we have problem with the matchmaking server, so there's no possibility to play. Let me try one more time. Game, as you can read, not connected to matchmaking server. So sorry guys. Maybe in another game focus. Well, the last game I want to show you has nothing to do with the gamepad, but definitely worth a view, which is the tech demo, the Citadel, made with the Unreal Engine. Finally we have this tech demo on the Android, which means that maybe we can hope for new games using the Unreal Engine on Android too. As you can see, the graphic is wonderful on this kind of display. We have very nice reflection effect, lens flare and all that stuff. And we can even perform a quick benchmark just to show you both the very nice graphic details and as well as the Nexus 10 performance. We have most of the times very high frame rates. You can spot the nice reflection effects. Sometimes the frames drops down to 23, 24 frames per second. Maybe in one point of this benchmark it will even drop down to 10 frames per second, but it's like here 15 was, but it's just, you know, a few seconds. Overall the performance is quite good. The graphics is really nice, really nice texture details, and it's a pleasure to, you know, to see this tech demo. So let's hope here for some nice game, like, you know, game that we can find on the iOS devices using the Unreal Engine. So the benchmark is not that long, don't worry. It's coming to the end. I just wanted to show you the frame rates, the medium frame rates on this, the average, sorry, frame rates on this tech demo. Can you spot the lens flare effect? As you see, sometimes the frames drop. Okay, the average frame per second is 43.9 and a resolution of 2560 for 1504. So for the game focus on this Samsung Nexus 10, that's all. Once more, I hope you did realize that this is a very nice device for gaming, both for the beautiful display as well as for the possibility to connect both a gamepad and to connect the device itself to a big TV using the HDMI output. So for what concerned this dedicated focus on the gaming performance of the Nexus 10, that's all. Once more, thanks for watching and bye from TechnoLost.